Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and we're talking about everything that you need to know before you update your device to iOS 16.2. Now this is quite a big update, bringing a lot of new features and changes to iOS. Of course, a lot of people will want to update right away, but here are the first things that you need to know before you update your device to iOS 16.2. Now the first thing you need to know is that most of you guys that watch my videos are currently not subscribed to the channel, so if you want to see more iOS 16.2 videos, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out a lot. And we're starting now with the real stuff. First of all, you need to know that this will be quite a big update, so it should come to your device at around 5 gigabytes. That of course will be always different based on different devices and based on which software you have currently installed on your iPhone, but it will be quite a big update, so you need to make sure that you have enough free space on your device to actually update your device to iOS 16.2. What you need to do is make sure that you head on to your settings, go to general, go to iPhone storage and see how much free storage you have on your device. You should have at least around 10 gigabytes in order to update your device to iOS 16.2. So if you just want to update right away, make sure that you have enough free space on your device. You can always take a look at the apps here, at the photos that you have, maybe your videos or recently deleted photos, things that you can actually delete from your device to make up enough space for your new update. The next thing you need to know is how to update your device. Now this goes especially for people that are currently on the iOS 16.2 beta version or the iOS 16.2 public beta version. Now if you have the RC version installed, which was released a few days ago, then you won't be getting an update because that is the same exact update as the one that will be released to the public, so you won't need to update your device at all. You're fine with that. But if you have beta 4 on your device and you just want to update to the public release, not to the RC version, what you can do is head on to your settings, go to general, and then go to VPN and device management. From here, make sure you go to the iOS 16 beta profile and remove the profile. And then all you have to do is reboot your device and wait for the update to be released to the public. Once the update is released, then you can go ahead and update your device, of course, simply by going to the software update section right here, and you will be good to go. Otherwise, of course, if you're on iOS 16.1 or 16.1.1, all you have to do is come to the screen right here. You will get the over-the-air update. You can go ahead and update from here. With iOS 16.2 and of course with earlier as well, you know that you can update through Wi-Fi or through your cellular data if you want to. And if you're just not on a hurry to actually update your device, you can go to automatic updates right here and make sure you have enabled download iOS updates and install iOS updates, so this will be done automatically in the next few hours or maybe a day or two, so you don't have to worry about manually updating your iPhone. Now that you know some of the basic things that you need to know regarding the iOS 16.2 update, here are some of the things that you can expect your device to get with iOS 16.2. First of all, one of the biggest changes is a new option to actually install security updates on your iPhone. So when you head on to your settings, general, software update, and you go to automatic updates, you will have here the option to turn on security responses and system files. These then will be installed automatically, but you will also get them, if you don't have this, you will get them right here on the update page. These are like security fixes that Apple will release without actually updating your iOS software. They have tested this with iOS 16.2 beta, and now it should come to iOS once iOS 16.2 is out to the public. So whenever there is a quick like security fix or something like that, you will get that update here. So that's not an iOS software update, it's just a security update, and it should be quite small in size, and you will be able to just install it in a few seconds. Another big change that hasn't happened on iOS in years that you will have with iOS 16.2 is a new AirDrop limitation. So when you go to AirDrop, whether you go from your control center or from the settings, you will now have the option to turn on AirDrop for everyone only for 10 minutes. So that's the new limit. Previously, with iOS 16.1.1, you can actually turn it on for everyone and just leave it like that. It will stay like that until you turn it off. But currently, with the new update, it has changed to 10 minutes. So every time you turn it on for everyone, it will stay for 10 minutes, then will move to contacts only automatically. So no longer you will be able to leave AirDrop turned on for everyone without having it turned off automatically. The next thing you need to know is a new app. When you install iOS 16.2 on your device, you will see a new app on your home screen. Don't bother looking for where that app came from. It is actually a new stock iOS app which will come to iOS with iOS 16.2. It is called the Freeform app, basically allowing you to sketch, create here with a bunch of different tools. You can insert photos, maybe a drawing, different shapes, sticky notes, and all that stuff. It's a pretty cool app. Probably a lot of people will find it useful. And now it comes for free with the iOS 16.2 update. With iOS 16.2, you will get also advanced data protection. This is a big new feature that Apple has released with the RC version of iOS 16.2. Going here, you will see what this does. It will give you a big explanation here of everything that it does. Basically, it will encrypt your data to keep it secured. Advanced data protection uses end-to-end encryption to ensure that the iCloud data types listed here can only be decrypted on your trusted devices, and you will see all the data here like the backups, messages, notes, photos. All those will be end-to-end encrypted. But what you will need to know is also that you will need to actually add an account recovery mode here, so a recovery key, or add a recovery contact, because you will be the only person responsible to actually decrypt those data, because Apple won't be able to decrypt those data for you. So you need to have a recovery mode right here set up. For people that have the newer iPhones, the iPhone 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max, you will have a big change for the always on display. So head on to your settings, display and brightness, and right here under always on display, you will have now the option to show or not the wallpaper. You know that currently with the always on display, when you go to the always on display, you will have basically the wallpaper, just like it is actually kind of darker, but it's still on the background. Now you can actually turn it off completely, and you can do that for notifications as well. And this is how it looks now. You can see this is like a true always on display, probably how it should have been from the beginning. Now with iOS 16.1, we got live activities. That's a big new feature of iOS. And with iOS 16.2, those have been improved. You can now ask for more frequent updates. So if you go to an app and you go to live activities like the TV apps, the sports app, and those things, you can actually enable more frequent updates. So it will let you see more frequent updates on your lock screen. But, and as it tells here, it will drain your battery much faster. So that's a great option that Apple has added a button there to enable or disable this feature. So of course, if you just want to sacrifice battery life to have more frequent updates, you can go ahead and enable that feature from here. Another big change with the weather app on iOS 16.2, you know that when you go to the weather forecast, you could slide here and see the hourly forecast, so basically hour by hour. Now you have hours and minutes as well. So you can see the weather forecast in minutes, and you can see right there as it changes. So you can actually go to the exact hour and minute you want and see the weather forecast for that certain time. There is an option now on Safari to actually disable hide IP address for a certain web page. So you will have it right here. Tap on the AA menu and you will get now that option. So you know, on Safari, on the settings of Safari, you will have the option to hide IP address from trackers. Now you can actually disable that for certain websites. So you do that once you're on the website that you maybe trust, or you just want to allow them to just see your IP address. You can go ahead and tap right there and turn it off from the menu. And on the music app, just like on the lock screen, we have now new animations. So when playing and pausing, when skipping forwards or backwards, you will get these little cool new animations that have previously been added to the control center and the lock screen. So here's another really important thing that you want to know about iOS 16.2. And that is always when we get a new update, it's battery life. How is battery life on iOS 16.2? Well, I've used iOS 16.2 on my device since beta 1 and used this, of course, as a daily driver. You can see what I got here from the battery. So you can see the last day right there, we had with about 80%, maybe 85% battery we had 8 hours and 14 minutes on screen time, and this is a newer device, of course, 99% battery health right there. So of course it depends what you're doing on the day, whether you're using more Wi-Fi or cellular data, but you should expect quite a decent battery life, but don't expect a big change from iOS 16.1. Not in a bad way, not in a good way. It should be something like the same thing as iOS 16.1, so don't expect any huge improvements on battery life from iOS 16.1 moving on to iOS 16.2. So now that we know some of the most important things regarding iOS 16.2, when will it be released to the public? Well, I would expect it to be released tomorrow, Monday, December 12th, or Tuesday, December 13th. These are the 2 dates that I expect Apple, and that Apple usually uses to release softwares to the public. So I would expect this update to come out tomorrow or Tuesday, of course, at around 10 a.m. Pacific time. These are the 2 dates that I believe you will expect this update to hit your device. And last but not least, should you update or not to iOS 16.2? Well, having installed this software on my device for like a month or so now, it has actually been quite good in my experience. I didn't face any major problems with it, so it's okay in my opinion. But even though it has been on beta for a month or even more than that, of course we don't know, and we cannot see all the problems with the beta releases until it goes out to the public, and of course millions, hundreds of millions of people will install it on their device. Then that is when we can see if it has any major problems or not. As far as my experience goes with iOS 16.2, I'd say you update, but if you just have a device, a daily driver, I would actually suggest you that you wait for a couple of days to see if there's any big problems with iOS 16.2 before installing it on your device. So that is it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more iOS 16.2 videos, and I will see you on the next one.